its rich history and diverse industry, Lockhart Shire in southwest New South Wales is a resilient community that is focused on the future. And thanks to the Lockhart and District Community Bank distributing a portion of its profits back into the area, it's helped pave a way for progress.
I guess as a manager of the branch, I get a lot of pride in us being able to put our money back into the community. At the end of the day, half the profits that our branch makes stay in the town, which is really important to keep our small town alive. Because we have all local staff, we're all in some way, shape or form involved in local community groups. We're also community members involved in our groups, so we're also directly affected by the community bank. The money that they've put back into our regional area since we've been open has been a massive help to some of these groups.
Over the past 10 years, the bank has ploughed over $800,000 back into this farming community, which is home to around 1,200 people. Supporting a wide range of organisations from sports clubs to schools to local festivals, it's a provision taking pressure off the ever-tightening public purse.
There's an enormous lot of projects that the council never would have been able to finance, so it's wonderful to see. They're making an awesome difference for a small community bank.
The number of projects that wouldn't have happened in Lockhart without the assistance of the community bank, it's quite remarkable what they have done.
Founded in 2002 by some passionate locals, the Lockhart and District Community Bank has been responsible for a number of sponsorships which have proved vital to the town and its people, opening its doors at a pivotal time.
Turn of the century, Westpac had closed their branch. The Commonwealth's manager had moved out of town, and also then quickly followed by the Nationals manager, so they became agencies. So there was a definite need to have something to keep the town alive.
We established that if we lose our banking, we will lose other services, because a lot of people do their banking out of town and they'll do other services out of town. So it was basically to keep services going in Lockhart.
Not only have vital services continued, they've grown.
You know, there's a lot of major milestones that I think we've achieved, but it's just sort of watching the business grow. In my wildest dreams, never dreamt that we would be giving out the sort of amount of money we have.
Any infrastructure improvements these days, you're talking big dollars, and you cannot generate the funds through barbecues, raffles, and you need significant contributors, and that's where the community bank just come into their own. The community bank have been very supportive of all community groups, especially we're one of the bigger community groups. I think it started off with our light towers. They've assisted us with upgrading our kitchen, and more recently pledged $40,000 towards new netball courts.
Lockhart Community Bank has made an absolutely amazing contribution to our school life. Many of the resources that you see around in our school and our whole school community today are the result of the generosity and the contributions from the Lockhart Community Bank. In the room we stand in at the moment, the gymnasium, we're very fortunate to have air conditioning mounted over on the side walls. The $30,000 grant that was given to us has allowed us to implement that. Further funds have been spread across the school. We're kindergarten to Year 12 school, central school, and funds from the local community bank have been utilised by our infants and primary students for vegetable gardens and herb gardens down in front of their classrooms, and it's having a wonderful impact on their education.
They're also helping support education outside of the normal classroom.
We also run a driver training program which puts a lot of the youth in our area and teaches them how to drive. So we get a huge amount of positive feedback from that.
The bank has pledged and delivered sponsorship to a number of other significant projects and initiatives, including the Spirit of the Land Festival, an annual event that attracts thousands to the Shire. Also, the local skate park, a new camp kitchen at the nearby caravan sites, as well as supporting the local Ag Bureau.
One of the things that has been a help to the Ag Bureau is that they've now, because of our annual sponsorship, they're now able to organise field days in advance because they know that they're going to have enough money to run it. So as a result, they had a major conservation tillage day here that attracted probably 500, if not more, people from around the area to Lockhart. So none of that would have happened unless they had have had the funding initially from us to allow the day to happen.
Perhaps one of the most significant contributions to the community was the restoration of the treasured grandstand.
3 or 4 years ago we had our grandstand was condemned for use, and we didn't have any money to do anything about repairing it or rebuilding it. We got $50,000 from the Bendigo Bank to start us off on it. The project was going to be sort of $200,000.
With so many donations made to the general community, the bank's 10-year birthday party was the perfect platform for locals to celebrate and reflect on their progress. It also provided a great stage for even more cheques to be handed out.
Obviously, the more customers who do continue to bank with us and the more new customers that we do get is going to allow our community bank to put more funding back into the town into the future.
Moving forward for the next 10 years, I would really like to see, I think the board and the bank will have to get busy and just drive the business into the future, because it's the sky's the limit really.
Any community that has a community bank is 1,000 times richer. It just does give you a huge warm feeling inside, and you know you've been part of something wonderful.